Hello, this is Alan Wheeler back with you for Experiencing Odin Part 2. I do understand that the things I'm describing um, seem unusual and will be strange a few months ago, even to my ears. But they're real experiences, and so whether for psychological or spiritual interest, I present them here. And the in my blog on my website, I put the text of these and called them breadcrumbs um, because it just shows landmarks or altars on my journey, mostly for me, so I can look back and see changes and things that I passed through. And here's Gilbert, our cat. You sound so forlorn, Gilbert. So now, maybe months later, um, since the message through Racine that I received and the other experiences, let me see, that was May 3rd. It's July 20th now. So months later, the past 2 mornings, I woke up feeling the presence of Odin again. And again, I'm working from notes, so forgive that. This time, much stronger, but with similar vibrations in the solar plexus and the forehead. And there was an energy present during each day as I went to work that I really needed for some struggles during final exams and getting a new class started and some things going on there. I felt I had strategies and ideas and energy that was much needed. I felt strengthened almost by fire and even saw a few signs, synchronicities throughout the day with the word fire itself coming to me. So also through the couple days, I remembered how much my father reminds me of Odin, the memory of my father. He was a real fighter, really fought in his career and had great success and was a leader in that field. But a scholar like Odin, a lover of language, a lover of wine and poetry, and somewhat of a wanderer like Gandalf, the wizard like Odin. So this came to mind during the last couple days. Also, I visited a website, and there's links. I'll have links on my website where a solitary polytheist writes about Odin and other experiences with gods that she has had, and with some links to the poetic Eddas of the Norse. And as I surfed through that website and those web pages, I felt powerful connection and vibrations growing, almost a trance state several times as I researched there. And I was reminded, I read how Odin was sometimes considered an almost shamanistic mystic of trance, very interested in magic himself. Yesterday, I felt the desire to know why all this was going on and what Odin wants with me, why he has appeared again and strongly. And so I wrote down the question, what is Odin's call or will? What does he want? I wrote that down and drew some runes, and I drew some tarot cards as well. I suppose the way I ask the question is influenced by my religious background, and I'm kind of superimposing my Christian concepts onto Odin. But this is how I phrased the question before drawing the runes and the tarot cards. And I will show you what I drew at that time yesterday. First, I drew the rune. Of course, I was using rune stones, but I have them drawn on some cards here. Willow. And this fit in well with my synchronicities about fire, because this rune means the sun and the energy, the warmth, the power of the sun. The second rune that I drew was Thurasavs, which looks like a thorn. It can mean hammer, and it can mean a barrier, like a barrier of thorns, or breakthrough, to break through a barrier. So I felt with things going on at work and health issues, it just felt like this is a breakthrough, a fiery, powerful breakthrough that the runes are speaking of here. Then I drew 3 tarot cards. I'll show them to you. One by one, and then maybe all together, if I can hold them up here. The first one I drew was the Hanged Man. And this immediately reminded me of Odin hanging from the Yggdrasil, the world tree, for 9 days and 9 nights, as he sacrificed himself to have the runes revealed. So this speaks to me of service, suspension, surrender, sacrifice, and Odin himself. The next card I drew was the Chariot card. And here you can see the winged caduceus, the kind of healing symbol, but obviously it means victory, progress, control, as the charioteer controls this cart, this chariot. Again, a card of success, victory, maybe battle, as Odin is associated with. The last card I drew was the 9 of Wands. And this guy, from some other things I had been reading, reminded me of a holy warrior, someone dedicated to a cause, devoted to his purpose. So, together with the runes for the sun, the breakthrough of barriers, I felt maybe there's something, maybe Odin is saying something about, a calling, service, healing involved. So the runes and the cards that I drew did feel to have a significant message for me. A call to battle, a call to service of some kind. A few minutes after I drew the runes and the cards, a close co-worker of mine came into the office with a birthday gift for me. It was a keepsake based on the Game of Thrones series that we both followed. There's a character in that show who gives his life. He dies holding a door closed for Bran and his friends during a famous reveal of why he said the words Hodor, which meant he held the door. So this humble character gave his life for his friends. Um, Marilyn's gift to me was a wooden doorstop with his name engraved on it, Hodor, and a humorous gift, but also meaningful because of that character's sacrifice and devotion to his friends, to his cause. At that time, she also gave me some strategies for the new class that I was working on and some things going on at work, um, almost as though Odin were speaking through human agency at that divine appointment. So, just to wrap up, I feel that Odin had appeared to me through trance, through the feelings, the vibrations, the meditation, also the signs that I had been seeing, the synchronicities, and perhaps even human agency. So at least 3 ways. I'll post the text version of this video on the website, and I thank you for listening. Again, it does help me to review, to think through, and to interpret these experiences. And if it helps somebody else, so much the better. Thank you for listening.